Welcome, everybody. This is, let me adjust this a little bit. I think everyone can
Week
hear
three.
me. This is week 3. Week 2 is over. Going into week 3 of the Bad Advice Show for the Aardvark Fantasy Football League. I am your host, your commissioner, owner of the Aardvark Kings, the two-time champ, Krahn. Normally I have the vice president here, but I think we had probably a first time guest on the show.
I think so. I don't think I've been on the
One,
show yet.
one of the more competitive teams in
Commented.
the league. This year, he's the betting favorite to win it all post draft. Had probably the best draft. Owner of Purple Rain,
Everyone's been good.
Jacob Vraw. Always
On the
been good. How are you doing, buddy?
doing really good. Doing
Oh,
real
yeah.
good. Glad to be here.
Coming off a rivalry week, you had the game of the week last week. It was a rivalry week against Gritty Committee. Now, I mean, we can get into it more later, but a little bit of a tough one for you. I
Real
mean,
rough.
you have a tough rival.
It's a good rival to have. Keeps it competitive.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you
he gets
guys are the
ship
first
right
one.
now. Right.
Yeah, you guys are the first one to have a rivalry trophy.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
have the old wooden ship, which I guess will stay with Billy now. But gives you something to fight for, like you said. It gives you
Not for
keeps it
long.
competitive. Yeah, not for long. I don't know if you play him a second time this year, so you might have a chance again to bring it back.
Wants to be up here.
Okay.
But, so yeah, a little issue again, right? We'll do some housekeeping right off the top again. Little issue again. We're getting everything dialed in now. I think we have the fab and the free agent budget figured out. I was doing it on my way up to Detroit Lakes for work this week, and I get terrible service on the road. I thought I saved it, so that was my fault. I'm starting to hear murmurs from the media and the internet saying we need to step down as commissioner. Let me tell you guys something. It ain't never gonna happen. This is a dictatorship I run, okay? The only way you get rid of a dictator is you gotta kill him. So if you want to come for the crown, you best not miss. But I do think we have it figured out. I think everything is ironed out now. Next week will be the real tell. If we have it figured out, and if everything goes smoothly next week, issue solved. If there is problems next week, we're probably going to have to talk about some sort of analog system to do
I mean,
fab.
it's trial and error too.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
trying.
we're
Yeah,
still figuring it out.
yeah,
It's all good.
but yeah. So I think it's figured out. Yeah, it went off a hitch for the second half. So yeah, that's that. Because it's top of my head right now because we're talking about transactions and acquisitions. The one thing I don't think has been brought up yet is trade deadline. Trade deadline, I believe, is after week 11. It's like the Tuesday after week 11. I believe it's let me pull it up here and get you guys a for sure date. November 20th. That will be the trade deadline.
All right.
So I'll bring it up a couple more times as we go, but yeah. But yeah, so that's that. Shall we get into the wrap up?
Let's do it.
All right. First matchup I have is Aardvark Kings versus the Danis system. Probably, maybe one of the closer matchups of the week. It came down to I was down by like 21 points, and I needed 21 points from Drake London. And it seemed like the first half of the Monday night game, Kirk was going everywhere but Drake London. Darnell Mooney had a big, 70-yard tutty. Bijan was getting work. But Drake London finally did have a pretty good week with...
Came out on the end.
Yeah, he ended up getting a tutty at the end to win the game for him. Would have been nice to have that 40-plus bonus thrown in there,
Mm-hmm.
but can't be choosers. If we look at Dana's systems team, he had Alvin Kamara. If he would not have Alvin Kamara put up 49, yeesh. I mean, candidate for lowest scoring team in the week if Alvin Kamara is not putting up 49.
That was a ridiculous game behind Dallas defense too. Who would have thunk?
Yeah. What do you have? 4 touchdowns total, and 115 rushing yards. I mean, just a monster of a game from him. Pretty much Alvin Kamara was the win for him. Brandon Cooks, though, so he started. Brandon Cooks. Let's take a look at his bench real quickly. So he started Matt Stafford against Arizona, left Prescott on the bench. Is that what you would have done, Jacob? Is that?
No, I don't think the Saints defense is all that. Against who was he playing? Who's the Stafford playing?
Stafford played against Arizona.
Fair enough. That's the one. Cooper Kupp went down. I mean, he could have had a better game if Kupp didn't go down.
Yeah. And, Stafford did have the fumble, so maybe without that, he's pushing double digits in 10. But Prescott putting up 19. I mean, great. Another great week.
That was one top 3 last year.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah, he was up there. He was top 5 for sure, and it's kind of looking like it might keep going that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Stafford had 216, Prescott had 293. So, I mean, they weren't far off, but one big passing touchdown. Prescott did look like 2 interceptions. Without those 2 interceptions, he's over 20.
Mm-hmm.
Over 25 points. And JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 23.7. Yeah. Off of no touchdowns. That's 12 receptions and 117 yards. That's a lot. You got it for all you JSN owners out there. Gotta love it. And then if we go to my bench, I mean, just a terrible bench. It's a bad bench. Couple of those guys aren't even around anymore. Conklin, I sent him packing. Cousins went up. Tua went to the bench, and he's gone now. I think I shipped him out of town. But
Chase Brown, though, I think by week 7, 8, I think he's going to be.
He's going to be a different.
He'll be the number 1.
Yeah,
I think he'll be the number 1.
I hope so. That's what a lot of my team is sitting and waiting and hoping they become number 1s.
And Gus Edwards, I mean, JK, I mean, don't want to.
I mean, Gus Edwards is the number 1 back.
Have the greatest track record.
Gus Edwards is the number 1 back. He led the team in touches and carries. J.K. Dobbins is just a beast right now. He's just being more explosive and doing more with his limited touches. Mm-hmm. And so I hope that comes to an end sometime soon. And like we kind of see that script flipped of Gus Edwards is still getting the more touches, but J.K. Dobbins comes back to earth a little bit. I hope for my team's sake, because I kept Gus Edwards. He was a keeper. But yeah, good job, Dana's system, winning 111 to 109.
Close, very close.
We're gonna skip over that because we'll come back to that. That was at the end. Make football violent again versus Uncle Buck's Power Drill. Uncle Buck's Power Drill moving to 2-0. They're an expansion team moving to undefeated. Lamar Jackson battling against Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson
even with Keon Coleman scoring a goose egg and Tyreek Hill with a 2.9. That's not
Tyreek Hill. That's Taysom Hill.
Oh shit, that's the tight end.
Yeah.
I thought it was flex.
And Anthony Richardson threw 3 interceptions, so that probably would have put him over 20 points without those. It was a great showing for Uncle Buck's Power Drill. Lad McConkey didn't have the same week he did in week 1, but Evan McPherson, his kicker, putting up 18 points. Browns D doing pretty good, putting up 14. It's just, make football violent again, I think, is kind of in the same situation Dana's system is in a little bit. Zay Flowers put up 22. Lamar Jackson put up 18. The rest of it is just empty. What do you do?
I mean, I like the Jerome Ford. I wasn't a fan of DeAndre Swift. I mean, he had the decent year in Philly, but I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot prior.
Yeah.
I mean, he could turn it around. We don't know.
Oh yeah. It's still the beginning of the year. Christian Kirk though getting you 1 point. I'm surprised he even has 1 point because he has a reception with -1 receiving yards. I feel like that's supposed to be 0.9.
That would be a 0.9.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's something we got to go in there and fix so negative receiving yards can go backwards. I'll make a note of that for next year. Where's my notepad? My little note taker. All right. But yeah, just a great showing from Uncle. I mean, Make Football Violent Again still put up 105 points with all those players just doing single digits. So, good for him. Let's take a look at the
Adams went off. Quick. That's solid.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't see that. 26. I read that as 2.6. So that helps. So his wide receiver core is pretty good. He got A-Raj. A-Raj did, I mean, 1 more point than Lamar Jackson, but I still think the Lamar Jackson was the right start there. Eckler doing 11.5. I mean, okay, you look at that. Are you putting Eckler over Ford or Swift?
Maybe Swift. I like Jerome Ford. He had a little down week, obviously, this week, but I'm a big fan of Jerome Ford. Sean Watson can pick it up and actually start throwing the ball pretty decently, then he'll pick it up more.
Yeah.
But I probably would have played Eckler over Swift, but I'm just not a huge fan of Swift. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, especially it's Eckler versus the Giants and Swift versus Houston. I mean, Shane, I feel like that's a big mistake right there.
He's supposed to be the RB1. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. They're behind, so they're not necessarily running the ball all that often.
Uncle Buck's Power Drill is an all right looking bench. Calvin really got him 29.7 on the bench.
That was an insane catch. That touchdown catch he had somehow threaded the needle.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a 40-yarder, so that's a 40-plus bonus. Yeah, all right squad shaping up to be. And he's got the 1-2 punch, it looks like, in Pittsburgh, so both of them did 8 points. But yeah, Uncle Buck's Power Drill taking it 121 to 105. Next matchup, got the Legion of Poon just getting absolutely crushed by the Champ is here. Champ is here. The closest person this year to putting up 200. It happened once last year, a couple times the year before, but the Champ is here coming the closest, coming 4.6 points short. Just a dominating week from 33 from James Cook, 22 from Amon-Ra, 27 from Nico Collins, 21 from his kicker, 19 from James Conner. Legion of Poon, credit to him, 120 points is nothing to shake a stick at.
At all.
It's just, you can have your best game in the world. It means nothing if the other guy just has an even better game or just plays better. You hate to see it, but I mean, 120 is beating a lot of teams this week. It's beating both me and Dennis. It's beating both It's not. It's losing to Uncle Bucks, but it's beating make football violent again. There's a couple other teams it's beaten. So
I mean, 195. That's hard to beat.
yeah,
That never happens. Rarely happens.
yeah. So anything to highlight on here? I don't know what I'll say. I'm so taken aback by 195 points. I mean,
Yeah, what's the bench like?
looks like they
40.
probably
Okay.
both put up perfect lineups. No, ETN out. No, yeah, I think both teams put up a perfect lineup. Spears doesn't beat that. I believe this is a perfect lineup from both teams. Just one did way better. Legion of Poon having the Texans put up 21, beating the Chargers 18, but that's about it. Baker Mayfield is on a roll. This is 2 weeks in a row now. Is Baker Mayfield the guy? Is he going to be a top 5 guy this year? Or is this a flash in the pan for the first few weeks?
You got to give it more than a few weeks. You got to give it more than a few weeks on anything. I mean, I love seeing it. I really hope he does well in Tampa. I think he got dogged in fucking Cleveland, so
Yeah.
I really hope he has a really good career in Tampa. And,
Yeah, and
we'll see. I mean, he's going fucked off right now, so hopefully he can keep that chemistry up with them. And
I mean, it helps having Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
it really does. Mike Evans, man, 9 years now, thousand receiving yards, and
Yeah, and Mike Evans pretty much doing the same. Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say other than this, but other than congratulations, the champ is here for being the highest scorer so far this year. All right, too far. Next matchup we have is Artificial Turf Toe Tappers having a great week, but getting edged out to Stadium Hot Dogs. Stadium Hot Dogs putting up 164.52. I mean, you love to see it. A new team, Tommy coming in week 2, getting himself to 1-1 and putting up a good score. But great matchup here. Both teams outdid their projections. Just a Marvin Harrison Jr. having his first good game, getting his first touchdown as an NFL player and getting 2 of them. One of them being a 60-yarder, so again, getting that 40-plus yard bonus. But Kyler Murray, absolutely balling. Throwing a 23, a 60, and an 18-yarder. I mean, good for him. Kind of, if I remember right, he had an all-right year last week. Game log. He put up 16. Bad. So he did all right last week, but 39 so far, I want to say has been the best quarterback in a starting lineup so far out of the matchups we've looked at. But looking at Artificial Turf Toe Tappers, Saquon Barkley coming back to earth a little bit. I mean, he maybe would have had a touchdown at the very end had he caught that third down pass.
That was very close.
Because I believe he could have probably bullied his way across the goal line. Because he was that was on the 4-yard line, and he had 2 yards of separation from the guys right behind him. That you catch it. He's the guy who could bully him his way in and get Mike a touchdown there. But Ramondre Stevenson, good for him. I don't know. Who saw that coming? Did anybody? Ramondre Stevenson? And DK, finally. I'm a big DK guy. I love DK. Having himself a game too. Him and JSN. JSN. A 56-yard touchdown for DK. Great job. But Mike, sorry. You had a good week. The other person just had a better one. We just saw it before with the Legion of Poon versus Champ is here. You can have a good week if the other team just has a better one. There's just simply nothing you can do about it. Let's take a look at their benches. Rahid Shaheed. Is that how you say that?
He's doing really, really well.
Rashid Shaheed. 25.9 points. Score one player.
Last week he did really well too.
Did he? Let's pull that back
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he had 2 20-point weeks. That's a good. I think he grabbed him off of the first come first serve section of the waiver wire, if I remember correctly.
He has like one of the most, or tied for the most, 50-plus touchdowns so far.
Ooh. Okay.
He's
He's a speedy
he's
guy.
gonna make a name for himself. I
Yeah.
feel like. Yeah.
Is he a rookie?
No, he was here a year or two.
Yeah, three is his third year, it looks like, or fourth year with 3 years experience, kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he put up
Coming
more
around.
points than Mike's bench did total. That's a pretty good sign. Nice things to build off of for Stadium Hot Dogs, but great game, high scoring game. Good job, both of you guys. Next one, White Bronco boys crushing 149 to No Game Plan's 81.18. No game plan. That makes you the lowest scoring team of the week. And I don't want to. No, it can't be. I think. So John was last week. The Legion of Poon was the lowest scoring team last week. Travis this week. I want to say they're both tied for the most times funded the side pot. Or should we say most times paying you? Because you do have the trophy right now. The side pot trophy. Yeah, I mean, just to...
hang up on the wall.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know what to say about White Bronco boys. I mean, good all around performance. Pacheco getting injured after he got 16 points for him.
And Cooper Cup too. I mean, that's a blow.
Yeah. When does Ayuk become the Ayuk that we've known? Is this a slow start for him?
There's just a lot of places to go in San Francisco with the ball. So,
Or do you think it was just
a little bit more?
Was it just a clamp on by Minnesota's defense? Kittle had a touchdown. Kittle did pretty good. Oh yeah, he's on the same team. Yeah, 20.6 points from Kittle with 7 receptions. That's a good day for Kittle.
Just week to week. I think in a few weeks or even next week, you could be going off for 20, 30 points, and Kittle be sitting with the goose egg or more too. I don't know. It's just there's just a lot of mouths to feed in San Francisco.
Yeah, and especially when Christian McCaffrey comes back.
Well, now with Debo out, I mean, I think Ayuk's going to eat a lot now for the next couple of weeks. He's going to get a lot of looks.
Yeah. But the White Bronco boys kicker, Kevin Fairbairn, 24 points. Gotta love it. We have a saying on the show that you got a good chance to win when your kicker gets over double digits. And that's exactly what happened here. Chris Godwin, 8, 29.7 points. But no game plan. I'm scared to show you guys his bench because it's not pretty. It's really not. I mean, injury, IR. One healthy person in Lazard. IR.
I mean, that explains why the fucking such low score. I mean,
for sure. He's putting out he's putting a skeleton squad out there.
I'm sorry, give me one quick second.
Yeah, no, you're good. I can vamp. The White Bronco boys bench, pretty good. I mean, Purdy, maybe, hopefully he starts to do better. I mean, let's take a look at what he did the week before. Game log. Yeah, 10. So, I mean, I guess 15 points is him doing better. Charbonnet, that's very promising for him. Again, let's check out what he did the week before. That's also getting better. Yeah, that's right there. I mean, 12 rushing yards the week before, 29 receiving. Yeah, so he's getting more work. He's seeing more work. But I have. Let's scroll up here. Jahmyr Gibbs on my team. And we'll go over this in the preview because I play the White Bronco boys this week where he has Montgomery, I have Gibbs, and I'm very interested to see how that matchup goes. But also no, you're good. He's kind of got a skeleton squad also, it looks like. Pacheco on IR, Kupp's going to be hurt. Kittle's questionable.
I think he'll be fine.
The hamstring.
Maybe not.
But yeah, no, good for White Bronco boys putting up 149.84 to no game plans 81. And like I said, no game plan. Lowest scoring team of the week. That's $15. You can send that to the vice president by Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelly, Cash. Again, cashier's check. I'm sure he'll take. Smooches, you got to figure out what the exchange rate on smooches is. You got to ask him that, but I'm sure he'd take smooches too. Now let's get to the game of the week here. Two top teams in the league, both were undefeated going into the week. One of them had to win, one of them had to lose. Sorry, buddy, you were on the wrong end of it.
That's fair. Josh Allen shit the bed for me. Laporte is not showing up. I mean, JMO, he's coming alive.
Yeah. Just kind of an off week a little bit.
Preseason and practice and everything, so it's going to take him a few weeks, if not more, to get back in the rhythm of things.
I think your biggest downfall this week was I think what Josh Allen on Thursday night, they said he only threw the ball 7 times, 8 times. I wonder if we can look at that. Look at game log. 19 times total. That's not a lot for Josh Allen. I mean, 23 the game before, sure. But I feel like he's normally a 30 to 40 passing person. And so that bit you a little bit there. But would it have been enough to save you? You would have needed 22 points.
I mean, if you got a standard 30 points, it would have been
close.
It
would have been close. You would have been in fighting distance. And then pretty much
I would have won at that 35. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Achin doing very good for you. I think, didn't he go out during that game too with an injury?
I don't believe so.
Or was it maybe it was
rest, I think
maybe it was Mostert that went out.
Moser didn't play. He was out. It was
he was just out in general.
Yeah, he didn't start or play at all.
So, but yeah, I mean,
Debo got me 19 before he hurt himself, which is awesome.
Yeah, I still got you the 19. Yeah. Oh, I said, and you played was that
play a good team.
Mason? Is that Jason Mason or Jordan Mason? And they should have named him Jason. Jason Mason. Would have been a great name. They definitely missed an opportunity. But yeah, you did play a great team. Malik Neighbors putting up 28. Devonta Smith having a good game without AJ Brown there. And you have AJ Brown, don't you?
That was bad luck. Yep, that was bad timing.
Yeah. And Joe Burrow got you 21, but Joe Burrow against KC or Allen versus Miami, I think I would have won Josh Allen also. I think you made the right call there. I mean, it bit you. You obviously didn't, but I think from the...
It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so...
Yeah,
Well,
Hurts having a good game. Brees Hall, yeah, good job, Gritty Committee. He retains the old wooden ship.
um, for now.
Yeah, for
For
now.
now.
For now, it'll come home eventually, right?
Uh, it's
Um,
new home.
but yeah, so that's the game of the week. That's week 2. Let's go over to the standings real quickly. Let's take a look at those. Oh, you guys. I gotta hold on. All right. White Bronco boys leading the Haitian division. Tied record with Uncle Buck's Power Drill, but the White Bronco boys outscoring Uncle Buck's Power Drill by, what is that, almost a little over 40 points? A little less than 50, about 48 points. So
Pretty close.
and then Gritty Committee, only undefeated team in the American division. The highest scoring team. Wow, the American division is high scoring teams, and that's why they're in the American division. Wow, I mean, I think everybody but what? It's close. Stadium Hot Dogs has like 10 less than the White Bronco boys, but then Purple Rain, Champ is Here, Gritty Committee, all outscoring Haitian division, and then Turf Toe not being far behind. Yeah, this is why the American division is the American division. Good fucking teams there. But still, it's still anyone's game. Legion of Poon yet to find a victory, while Aardvark Kings and yeah. Well, yeah, Aardvark Kings and Make Football Violent again, still looking for their first wins also. Make Football Violent, I think, is the lowest scoring team. So yeah, that's what the divisions are looking like right now. So yeah, let's go. There you go. Oh, there you go. All right. Oh, all right, hold on 1 second. All right. Oh, what is going on? All right. So we got the preview here now. First matchup I have is Aardvark Kings versus the White Bronco boys. This is a rivalry game here now. This is the battle for the brass spittoon.
Spittoon now, yeah.
Trevor had put in the chat, I will predict a huge victory claiming the spittoon this week too. I don't know who. I believe I have. Oh, no, actually, you know what? I think Trevor has it actually. Yeah, hold on. I got to pull it up. I got a little spreadsheet that has all this info. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he has it right now. If he's in the chat, like I see him in the chat. He says 80 yards, a touchdown on Kittle last week's. Oh, he did call 80 yards and a touchdown for Kittle on last week's stream. All right. Oh, I should label who has it. Yeah, he has it right now, I'm pretty sure. So, it needs to come home. Actually, can I go this way? No, I'd have to go on the app. Yeah, he's winning the series 3-2, but that doesn't mean you have it. It's all about last person to win. I gotta go scoring preview on here. Yeah, he does have it. He won the last matchup. What was the score of the last one? The last meeting, he beat me 144 to 119. And then last year we played, he beat me, get this, he beat me 168.08 to 167.98. He beat me by 1/10 of a point.
I remember
2 years ago. But it's a new year.
It's a good rivalry.
I'm 0-2. He's 2-0. He's thirsting for his first loss. I feel it. And we have a good battle here. Josh Gibbs. Right? That's Josh Gibbs. Why am I blanking? Jameer Gibbs. I don't know why I said Josh Gibbs. Oh, I don't even know who Josh Gibbs is.
That's Montgomery. There you go.
Versus
Montgomery.
Montgomery. Jacob, what are you thinking here? Who comes out? What between those two running backs? Who has the better fantasy points?
I mean, it's PPR based. Jameer Gibbs, I think for sure.
Yeah.
David Montgomery, though, he gets those goal line works. He is a workhorse running back. So I mean,
Montgomery's dangerous
will
for a
get
couple
points.
touchdowns.
He will get points, but I think Jameer Gibbs will be getting the majority of the looks at running back.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing I'm scared about is Montgomery getting too many goal line touches. Because that's where all of a sudden he could go off and get two, maybe three touchdowns a game. And so you got to manage him a little bit. McLaurin needs a bounce back game. I don't think he did much. He did all right last week. If we look it up, 8.2, and not great. He had 6 receptions, but only 22 yards. So just a bunch of checkdowns, I guess. How do you think Tyreek Hill does with some Thompson kid throwing to him? Are we going to get the same Tyreek that we always know and love? Or are we looking at a different Tyreek now?
Definitely going to be a different Tyreek, but he's still Tyreek, and so he's still going to get a lot of looks, and a lot of his plays is just a short little slant, and he makes up for the rest, and that's a very easy thing to do.
Yeah,
theoretically, but definitely takes a hit from Tua, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think this should be a pretty good matchup. I'm kind of excited to see how this one plays out. Like I said, rivalry week, and I think this is a good matchup and a good time to see a rivalry here. So who do you think is winning this one? I'm obviously going to vote for myself. Oh, is he frozen? I think he's frozen. Ah, shucks. Well, before he comes back, if I had to guess, I have a feeling he might go with the White Bronco boys. I mean, Ayuk with Debo missing should do pretty good. Chris Godwin's always good for points. Then we had the matchup between Ferguson and Ertz. Tough one, could go either way. Maybe Ertz takes the edge because of the matchup. Oh, there you are. You back?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. Who do you think's winning this one? Aardvark Kings or White Bronco boys?
The White Bronco boys.
I called it. Could you hear me the whole time?
I mean, Walker's out, so Charbonnet's going to get all the looks. Ayuk's with Kittle out and Debo out. It's going to get a lot of looks. I don't know what the fuck's going down in Jacksonville with Lawrence, but they need to figure that out because he is a great receiver.
Yeah.
Ferguson, he's a solid tight end. And then Chris Godwin's been on fire. So it's I'm gonna go with the White Bronco boys this week.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a hurting bench too, but a good
Cam Akers though, he could be the number one in Houston this week.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce is down and
Mixon's hurt?
Mixon's hurt.
Ooh.
So Cam Akers could be the RB1.
Yeah, my bench has a lot of Ty Chandler. I believe Aaron Jones is going to get hurt eventually. Brown, I need Zach Moss to take a step back. Gus Edwards, I need J.K. Dobbins to start doing terrible again. I got a lot of hope.
We'll give it some time.
A lot of irons in the fire with my team. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Oh, here we go. All right, we got your matchup. Stadium Hot Dogs versus Purple Rain. Jacob, why don't you take me through what you believe the keys to success being on your team would be?
I need Josh Allen to give me more than 11 points. JMO's on fire. He's been getting at least 15 points the past 2 weeks. Jamar Chase, I'm hopeful having a bounce back week against Washington. A-Chain is projected like fucking 27
Yeah, 27 and a
points.
half. That's
I don't
wild.
That's a lot of fucking points. I don't know if he's getting that. That's a pretty high order.
I think you have the
That's
highest, one of the
still,
highest
but
projections
I
I've
mean,
ever
I would
seen.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah?
And Bijan Robinson, of course. I mean, who's that? Detroit. They got a pretty decent. Where are they playing? New England? Kansas City.
Yeah,
Shit,
Bijan,
sorry.
yeah, Kansas City.
So I mean, they got Chris Jones there. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But Jordan Mason again, still the RB1 in San Fran. He'll be
Yep.
getting some solid looks.
At least for
Laporta,
another
again,
week or
I just
two.
hope he Laporta to start coming alive. Have any tight ends received touchdowns?
Yes. I'll update that for next week's stream. And so, yeah, we'll have an updated counter next week. But I think not many tight ends have scored touchdowns, at least in starting lineups. I think
I
the
have
winner.
Kyle Pitts on my bench with one tight end, or with one touchdown. That doesn't count. Yeah, I don't think any tight end scored a touchdown week 1.
Yeah. No, I think week 1, someone had a tight end touchdown. Week 2, I don't think anybody did. So I think like the first place right now is going to be like one touchdown.
Very interesting start.
I think Trey McBride had a 2-point conversion, which I don't think is going to count because it's not a touchdown. It needs to be a touchdown, not a 2-point conversion. Because a 2-point conversion is not a touchdown. It's a 2-point conversion.
Will there just be 2 points in our league then if that happens? If that player gets the touchdown? Or conversion?
It's only worth 2 points.
Okay.
And that's the thing with our league. Things are only worth as much as they are in actual football. Trevor says Kittle had a touchdown for him last week. That is true. So yeah, Trevor's probably up there with nice. I think it's got to be tied at 1 right now. Looking at Stadium Hot Dogs though, Tony Pollard should do pretty good with Tajay Spears hurt. How did Jonathan Taylor been doing? I haven't really feel like we've talked about him at all. At 10, 15, okay, average, serviceable. He had 103 yards last week. Okay, he had a touchdown week, so not bad. He should do all right.
He should bounce back this week.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
And he's got Shaheed in his starting lineup now. So,
Will Radford, hell yeah.
I'm gonna guess you're gonna vote for yourself.
Roland, oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna vote for you also. I think, unless Stadium Hot Dogs just everybody has 40+ touchdowns. I mean, no, I'm gonna stick with you. I think you have the win this week, especially because
I need to bounce back.
A-Chain has 27 projected points. I mean, again, historically, this is a show that we say projections don't mean shit. But that's crazy. I mean, you gotta think he's at least gonna do pretty good. I mean, I'm gonna make a note of that right now because we gotta circle back to that next week if he doesn't even come close to 27 points.
Just complete shit the bed.
Yeah.
It could happen. It won't happen. We'll get at least 27 out of A-Chain this week.
I think
they're
so.
gonna stack the fucking box, so that's gonna suck. But hopefully we get some good little dump offs or screens or something.
Hopefully it's good for Tyreek.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
But
yeah,
ooh, and Stadium Hot Dogs is starting Vikings D against Houston.
I will say props for him last week. That was a very lucky defense to pick up or play against San Fran. Those the Vikings.
Yeah.
Coming out with like 15 points, I think it was. Got that.
Yeah, and he drafted them too.
Oh yeah.
I believe he drafted the Vikings defense. As a Packers fan, that must have been tough. All right, next matchup. Uncle Buck's Power Drill versus Dana's System. Oh, this is a rivalry game too.
Good deal.
Expansion teams. This is the battle of the expansion teams. We got two rivalries this week. Okay, I love it. I love it. Anthony Richardson versus Dak Prescott. I'm gonna go Dak. Dak's having a great year. Henry versus Kyron Williams. It's a tough one because Derrick Henry is definitely. I mean, he's not going to get any receptions. He's not a
That's
reception
going to be
guy.
Kyrie. I mean, both Cooper and Puka are out. He's going to get a lot of dump off looks too. I bet he'll get a lot of looks. Plus, he's like their punt returner too, so he can get lucky, maybe score a touchdown or something. But would that be him scoring a touchdown, or is that the defense scoring a touchdown?
That would be the defense / special
That's the
teams.
defense scoring a touchdown. So that's unfortunate, actually.
Yeah. Then Kamara versus Dobbins. Dobbins got to come back to earth at some point, right? Does he ever or no?
He's never had a healthy season. Let's see if he can stay healthy. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you hate to see it, but
Yeah, because he's
he's never had a
RB2.
healthy season.
He's literally RB2 and doing better.
You can't say he's RB2 when he's putting up
But okay,
15 and 20
only
or
reason-
whatever the fuck it's been.
only reason why I say he's RB2 is because he's getting less touches. He's just doing more with
Hey.
them.
They're just being careful with him. They're treating him like glass, which he is. I mean, it's a matter of time. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. No, you don't really want to harm anybody, but I mean, it's just again,
Yeah.
history is shown.
Jefferson should have a
JJ
pretty
Redick.
good game.
Yep.
Calvin
Same
Ridley.
with the Arkham, but
Calvin Ridley should do pretty good. I mean, what did we saw he had? He had 29 last week.
mhm.
I
And
like
it's been all
that.
of this. D-Hop really kind of got phased out quickly. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, but
But I mean,
It was
D-Hop
awesome.
last week had like 1 point. So yeah, maybe he's just like a distraction guy, and maybe it's just kind of beginning of the season. We're gonna go really heavy because everyone thinking we'd go D-Hop. Then all of a sudden, second half, all of a sudden you start hitting D-Hop hard because everybody's now like, oh shit, Calvin Ridley's the guy, and you kind of you trick them.
yeah.
But-
My phone dropped. Sorry, 1 second.
All right. Travis Kelce for Dana's system. Do we trust Travis Kelce? I mean, if there was ever a game for him to come back and do pretty good, it would be ATL. It would be against Atlanta. Let's see here. Did he grab anybody? No, he's still rocking as Kelsey's going to be his only tight end. Oh, that's right. Uncle Buck's Power Drill. How much did he pay for Gesicki? I thought he paid like $40 for Gesicki. Lad McConkey. What did he do last week? He did not that great.
There we go.
Yeah, 4.6. So he's gonna kind of need a bounce back week, but against Pittsburgh, I don't see that happening. That's a tough one. And Tank again, you know what? I feel like that's what most of Dana's system's team is they're hopefuls. Tank Dell has yet to have a good week. Travis Kelce has not had a good week yet. George Pickens, maybe we haven't seen him because he's been on the bench, but 4.9, 14. So yeah, we're waiting for more out of him. Kyron
Me,
Williams, how's his week been doing? 54. Okay, so stable there. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Uncle Buck's Power Drill winning it this week. Just especially after the week Dana's system had. I think on paper the Dana's system is better. But it's one of those things where it's like I need you to prove it to me.
I think just in the running back section. I mean, again, if Jacob Dobbins stay healthy, he's going to be, I mean, as of right now, a top 3 running back. But see how long he can sustain that.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, Lamar will steal some touches, but he's going to get a lot of goal line work. I think Richardson's going to have a big bounce back game against Chicago. I really like Gesicki. He had a pretty decent couple of games. And
Yeah, it's 16. Yeah,
I guess it's last game.
yeah, but still, I mean,
But
he had 4 targets. Yeah, 9
I was gonna
targets
say
last
4
week.
targets.
So I mean,
So
he's
I
getting
do like
looks.
the
Yeah, and
um.
he did
But
great in
yeah,
Miami
I'm
while I
gonna
was
go with
down
Uncle
there.
Buck's power drill as well. Yep.
All right, we got the champ is here versus artificial turf toe tappers. Um, Ramondre Stevenson only putting up 0.3 points last night is
That
tough.
is rough.
It's rough. Especially he was projected 13.3. Bad start. I mean, he already has an uphill battle this week going up against the champ is here. But it just makes it tougher. Saquon, he's gonna really need a 2-point game or 2 touchdown game from Barkley again. Pittman should do. Or how's Pittman been doing?
Not good.
Yeah, no, 5.1, 7.1. And you know what? I would say this. I was high on Pittman in the draft, too. I liked
I
Pittman.
know. I know.
I
I
was
got him in a
excited.
couple of leagues.
And so it kind of sucks to see him fall like that. I know Diggs had done pretty good week 1. I wonder did Nico just get all like the looks? Yes, last week. Yeah, it kind of looks like he did. Although he got 6 targets. And then Mark
I feel bad for
Andrews.
Tank Dell. I mean, he'll come back next year just because I don't think Diggs will be with Houston next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of feel bad for Tank. He's getting a lot of his fucking targets looked away because of Diggs.
Yeah, because of Diggs, yeah.
Crybaby Diggs. I hope he gets fucking shut down this week. I hope he even get fucking shit.
Yeah.
Are you gonna boo him?
I don't know. I think that's going to be a game time decision when I'm there.
I'm gonna be booing him from home or work or
Part of me wants to, but the other part of me wants to just kind of respect, like, he was part of the Minnesota Miracle. And so you got to have a little respect for that. So maybe if I was at home, I'd be booing him. But in person, in front of him, maybe it's different.
Nah, great. Yeah, okay.
But
We'll see.
I'm gonna go with the champ is here on this one. I think it's a better, well-rounded team. Wide receivers. I mean, we do have the Nico versus Diggs combo going
I
head
mean,
to
Nico
head.
is still the clear-cut number 1.
Yeah. And then Baker Mayfield seems like he can't be stopped right
He's
now.
slowing down. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're gonna project you're taking the champ is here to win, or you want to take the crazy underdog.
I gotta go with the champ is here.
All right. The Gritty Committee versus Legion of Poon.
Let's fucking start.
Yeah, Brees Hall putting up 18 already. Garrett Wilson putting up 14. Jets defense having an absolute banger of a night. Only allowed 3 points. Only allowed 139 yards. Had a fumble.
Only allowed 0.3 to Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah. Had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery and 7 sacks. Deserved all 27 points they got. Now I think it's pretty much, I think this that gives it Gritty Committee's matchup to lose. Aaron Jones, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he stays healthy and doesn't get hurt, he'll do fine. Is AJ Brown still hurt?
No, he's gonna be out for a few weeks.
But
I mean, it could be a thing where Marshawn Lattimore just kind of like shadowing Smith since it's only him right now. So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, so it hurts Jalen Hurts, but it does kind of help Devonta Smith. Yeah,
absolutely it does. So
let's take a look at Malik Neighbors. I mean, he had 11.6 against the Vikings. He had 28 points last week.
Yeah.
He had 18 targets last week.
They have
Damn.
no one else to throw the ball to.
Jeez. Um. Yeah, I mean, Legion of Poon doesn't have a bad squad. Atlanta's defense looked all right last week. I mean, they held Philly. Philly couldn't answer, had a hard time answering. I think he's thin at running backs and kind of wide receivers. I don't like the Jerry Jeudy play here. Kind of a what
Well,
have
what's
you
on his
done for
bench?
me lately?
What do we got on the bench?
That's a hurt bench. That's an ugly bench.
And T. Higgins plays,
I don't.
but
I say questionable with a hamstring. I think he's putting the best lineup he can. I mean, both of these teams are hurting. Kareem Hunt was a nice pickup though. But yeah, both of
I
these.
think Samaj P. Ryan's going to be the guy in Houston, in Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. He's been there all year so far, so he's definitely going to have the most reps. And Clyde's Edward Hilaire maybe is kind of, I don't want to say washed, but yeah, he lost it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the gritty committee on this one. I mean, it's a hot start. It's his to lose at this point. Pretty much everybody else, everybody needs to go single digits now for him to lose, which could still happen, but I wouldn't bet on that to happen.
Yeah. Yep, great committee for the week.
All right, and the last matchup this week is No Game Plan versus Make Football Violent again. Two bottomish teams in the league. On the ticker, what I have No Game Plan in 12, and I think I have Make Football Violent again at 10 in my full season and full overall poll. This is a tough one. I mean, No Game Plan. Let's take a look at his bench because it's an ugly bench. 3 IRs. I mean, okay, let's play this out a little bit. We only have one IR spot. I assume you got to keep Christian McCaffrey. You're not dropping him. Puka Nacua, maybe you keep holding on to.
Jonathan Brooks will come back by week 5, so you only got 2 more weeks to deal with that.
But do you hold on to him or do you go for right now? Like, do you make that? Because if you drop Brooks, you throw McCaffrey or Puka Nacua in your IR, and then that leaves a spot open for you to pick someone up. Is that the move, or is Travis doing it right here?
I think it's right. I think Brooks is going to be pretty valuable. We really haven't seen anything out of him yet, so we really don't know. But, I mean, they drafted him high.
Yeah.
It sucks that Walker kind of came back as a doubtful with not going to play. He was a little hopeful, but
he's questionable right now. But yeah, he's projected 0.
Because if he was in there, that'd be a little bit different. Probably throw him in the flex or something.
Who's
but
in
yeah,
his flex? Antonio Pierce is in his flex, or Alec Pierce. Never heard of this kid.
He had a couple big touchdowns week 1.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been doing all right. Must be one of Anthony Richardson's favorite targets. Yeah, he's had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, this is. I think this is going to be a close one here. I like the Chubba Hubbard pickup from No Game Plan. That was huge. Because I mean, you have Jonathan Brooks back up now, so you have his handcuff. So when Jonathan Brooks comes back, you can drop Chubba and switch it around. I guess if that's how it's gonna go. How is Rashee Rice doing this year? In the 2 weeks,
still pretty good.
23 and 17, yeah. I like Make Football Violent again more. Devontae Adams, like that. Zay Flowers, and I think really what seals the deal is the Lamar Jackson Zay Flowers tandem, because you're doubling it up on touchdowns right there. Off of one touchdown, you're getting two for the price of one on touchdowns there. So I think that's the difference maker in this matchup.
That's very true.
So
Get the stack.
my pick is going to be make football violent again. What are you thinking?
I mean, I could see Travis coming out with the win here. You know what? I'm gonna go no game plan this week.
Okay.
Yeah. If Trey Benson can do something, I think he'll have a good shot. Olave is consistent. He's not really a huge boomer bust. He's very consistent. Rashid Rice, he could be. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be close, but I'm gonna go no game plan this week.
And you know what? And now I'm looking at it. That's a double up on touchdowns too. The Derek Carr and Olave. So.
The Rashid guy he's been lighting it up. So, I mean, Olave's got to get a fucking
he's got it.
Game here.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's real quickly before we take this. He had 12 last. Yeah, he's not getting many looks. That's kind of the issue. It's looking like. But yeah, all right. So that's everything. I'm gonna go back to the screen here.
No, appreciate you guys having me. It's been fun. Yeah. Let's have a great night. Hell yeah.